Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. On today's program, we're going to spend a little time out at the Suffolk Executive Airport, highlighting a couple of events coming up later this month. On today's program, we're going to highlight the Virginia Regional Festival of Flight and the Jumping for a Purpose event. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're now out at the Suffolk Executive Airport to talk about the Virginia Regional Festival of Flight. And joining us today as guests to talk about this great event that's coming up here in the city of Suffolk, we have Airport Manager Kent Marshall and Ray Batten, who is the President of the Virginia Aviation Council. Gentlemen, thanks for being with us today.
You're welcome.
Well, Ray, we're going to start with you, and first tell us what is a Festival of Flight? What is this event going to mean for the city, and really what's it going to mean out here at the airport for what's going on?
The Festival of Flight, first and foremost, is a celebration of flight. It works for everything from educating folks on aviation. The average kid probably doesn't have a chance to get up and close personal to planes. Right. They have programs for pilots where they conduct forums. The forums allow the pilots to get the latest and greatest on maybe doing an oil change on their plane, to reskinning a plane, to building their own plane.
Sure.
And then it goes further. There's other educational programs with the Tuskegee event and stuff going on as well.
So when is the Festival of Flight going to be taking place?
On May 31st and the 1st.
Okay.
It's a Festival of Flight. It runs Saturday and Sunday. It starts at 8 a.m. and runs till 5 on Saturday and runs till 4 on Sunday.
So really with the Festival of Flight, it's really an event whether you own a plane, thought about owning a plane, or whether you're just interested in aviation in general. It's really got a little bit of something for everybody, correct?
That is absolutely correct. We've kind of expanded it with the word festival.
Right.
We've expanded it so there's stuff for the kids to do. There's women's tents for things for the women's ladies to come out and use as well. And as well as folks that just thought that they never have a chance to be involved in aviation.
Right.
To come out and learn a little bit.
Now I know it's a 2-day event, so kind of tell me what's going to happen, kind of give me an overview of what's happening on Saturday versus what's happening on Sunday, because I know the days are kind of set up a little bit differently, correct?
Absolutely. I'm going to use my list here
That's
for
fine,
it.
please do.
On Saturday, we have a motorcycle and car show.
Okay.
The motorcycle and car show runs from 10 to 4. We encourage everybody to sign up, bring your cars out. There's no particular car, antique, or anything like that. We have forums throughout the day on both days, and that would be more for the pilots or people that may be just interested in pilots. We also have a forum on UAVs this year. There's small UAVs that folks fly themselves and that kind of thing, and that's becoming a big thing in our government today.
Right.
There is airplane and helicopter rides on Saturday and Sunday as well. And then on both days, there's also a pancake breakfast first thing in the morning. It runs from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. On both days.
Okay.
Sunday is a little bit different. Sunday we have an air show. The air show actually starts at 1 o'clock and runs to about 2:30. We're still working out the details of how long it's going to be.
Sure.
The Young Eagles program is another program that runs on Sunday. It's for all kids that maybe have never had a flight. Right. There's a certain age requirement, and I think it starts at like 7 or 8 years old. The parents have to sign a waiver, and they come out and they'll get a ride in an airplane. It's a pretty short flight, 8 to 9 minutes, and they'll get to see what it's like to fly in a small airplane. Right. So, other things that are going on in the airport, we have the UAVs. Okay. There's 10 different companies that are going to be in a tent this year. The state of Virginia will have a tent out there for aviation as well. Okay. There's a youth area for kids where there's simulators, there's little rides for the kids, things like that. There's also a women's tent, as we talked about, that'll have arts and crafts and stuff like that that the ladies may be interested in. Sure. Okay. And then the last and the biggest thing we're doing this year is we've come up with a thing called the Tuskegee Airmen exhibit. It's a traveling exhibit that's out of Indiana, and they're bringing this big semi truck. It's 81 feet long. It'll be at Kings Fork Elementary the week prior to the show. Okay. We'll be educating basically all the 6th graders, and then inviting other kids after school if they want to attend as well. Very nice. And then on Thursday it moves over to the airport. Okay. And then once the show opens up, it'll be open to all the public. It's a great exhibit. It's a learning exhibit. It talks all about the Tuskegee Airmen, and then they have a P-51 that'll be there right next to it, and that's a pretty rare plane that you don't see too often. So
very nice. So again, like as you said, there's a definite education component involved in this. Whether you're attending the Festival of Flight or again you're taking that exhibit out, you said to Kings Fork Middle School, correct? So again, that'll be a great opportunity for those students and people to be involved. Kent, what does an event like this mean for the Suffolk Executive Airport? The fact that we're able to bring something in, we've had it here since 2008. Again, it's a great draw for people both in our area and in the region. But what does an event like this mean to the airport?
We're quite complimented, actually, that the Aviation Council has selected the Suffolk Airport to host this event. It's by far the largest aviation event we put on in the course of a year. And we're really very enthusiastic, and it brings folks in from several states around. And we're really looking forward to it once again.
And of course, one of the great things about it is we have an event like this here in the city. It also means tax revenue because people are staying in hotels, going to restaurants, coming out to the event itself, buying fuel, again, here at the airport as well. So again, it's a great way to publicize everything that Suffolk has to offer, both for an aviation festival as well as for the city at large. One thing we didn't mention so far is admission. What is the cost of admission?
Admission is $10.
Okay.
That allows you in both days.
Okay.
Kids 13 and under, though, are free.
Great.
So if the parents come out, they would have to pay, but the kids 13 and under are free. We are also, my company will also be offering a coupon in the Suffolk Herald for $4 off. You just got to get it and fill in your name and that kind of thing.
Sure.
And we'll take care of $4 of the admission.
Very nice. Well, that gets you almost halfway there, doesn't it?
There you go.
Now, Kent, where's parking going to be on the site? If people come out, and tell us kind of where the Suffolk Executive Airport is stationed in case people do not realize where it is.
Well, we are 3.5 miles south of downtown Suffolk on Carolina Highway, and parking for the event will be over at the same abandoned runway that Peanut Fest uses. I believe most folks are familiar with that.
Indeed.
One would come south or north on Carolina Highway, turn left onto Airport Road, and make an almost immediate turn into the double gates that are open there at the end of the runway.
Got it. Again, pretty easy to find, right?
Very easy to find, yes.
Now, I assume we'll have folks out there with flags as far as directing people in. I know we do that for Peanut Fest, so I'm assuming it'll be the same type of setup as Kent mentioned, with regard to the site, but as far as directing people so that they're comfortable about where they're heading, right?
Absolutely.
Good deal. Now, I'll ask you both, if someone is thinking about coming out to the event, they're thinking, well, what would you say to kind of make them make that decision to come on out and take part in it in case they haven't attended a previous event here?
You know, it's so rare today that our kids get really good educational things. It's a good family event.
Sure.
It's a good event. I want to stress that it's not a Peanut Fest.
Right.
It's not all the rides and that kind of thing.
That's
it's a great chance for the kids to learn more, to get more involved in aviation. Our community needs more people involved as the kids grow up, that kind of thing. It's really just a good thing, a bonding thing with the family.
Right. Kent, your thoughts as far as encouraging folks to come on out to this unique event?
Well, it's really an excellent opportunity to come out and see your airport, see what goes on here all year long, as well as the opportunity to see some of these unique home-built aircraft. And as he mentioned, this year they'll be having the UAVs, or unmanned aerial vehicles, that are really beginning to make an inroad into the aviation community. It's a great opportunity to get out and see, hear, and smell these machines.
And of course, you mentioned the car show as well. So again, as far as seeing and smelling machines, another opportunity to do that. And I know, based on talking with people who have had other car shows, and I would assume the same thing would apply to aviation, people are pretty proud to talk about their machine, talk about what it can do, answer questions. So if people are walking around, and again, you have the airplanes on exhibit, as well as the vehicles. You talk about, again, the educational opportunity, but you're finding out from people who actually use it, been there, flown in it, done that. Correct?
It's a love and passion.
Yeah.
I'm in cars and aviation.
Yes, sir.
And both of them are true love. It's something that you grow up with and just love. So.
Now, the Virginia Aviation Council, talk a little bit about that organization, because I know they're the ones kind of really putting on the festival, correct?
That's right. The Virginia Aviation Council is set up primarily for the education of aviation. Been around for a lot of years now, and unfortunately I don't know the exact date, but we've been here since '08.
Okay.
The council primary focus is to set up the regional festival flight. They chose Suffolk to do it. Years ago it was in Dinwiddie. And it's basically just there for pilots to learn and continue to learn and to support the whole goal of aviation. And aviation today isn't just airplanes. There's helicopters, there's airplanes, there's UAVs, there's the model airplanes, that kind of thing. So anything in the realm of flight.
Okay. Now, as far as the draw for the Festival of Flight, we've talked about it is a regional event, so you have folks, and it is a fly-in, so again, people are flying into the airport. Where do people come from that attend, generally? I mean, again, we've had it here for a few years, but what's your experience been?
Mostly it's pretty much the East Coast. You'll find people from, last year we had somebody up in the upper part of Maine area.
Wow.
And then at the same time, you'll have somebody from right next door in North Carolina.
Sure.
To the local pilot that may fly over from Hampton Roads Airport. pretty much all up and down the East Coast.
Okay.
At least for the pilots.
So again, the weekend is May 31st and June 1st,
That's
right here at the Suffolk Executive Airport. And again, if they would like more information, I know you have a website, so again, we'll put that web address up there. Kind of breaks down the days as far as what's going on. It's a great resource to use, again, if you're thinking about coming out or just want to kind of explore what the event's all about. So I would encourage you to go visit that site. Again, we'll have that address on the screen. And Kent and Ray, I want to thank you both for joining us today, talking about this great event that, again, has been in the city of Suffolk since 2008, and we're looking forward to the return here in 2014.
It's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks again, and we'll have more on the scene when we return. Welcome back to On the Scene, joined now by Mike Manthe, who's the owner here at Skydive Suffolk. Mike, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Tim.
And we're here to talk about a very unique event and one that certainly has a great purpose, and it's called Jumping for a Purpose. And Mike, tell us a little bit about what Jumping for a Purpose is all about and what it's intended to do.
Tim, Jumping for a Purpose is where we bring in conjunction with Wounded Wear. They started this program about 4 or 5 years ago, and we bring in wounded warriors from the region, the local hospitals, and these guys get to come out and they get to do skydiving.
Right.
We take them for tandem skydives, and we have a great time out here. We have bands, and the local community comes out and supports these guys for their sacrifice that they've given to our country.
And again, we're talking about May 30th and 31st here at Suffolk Executive Airport. And as you said, it's kind of like a festival atmosphere almost, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We come out, we have a great time. The hangar here is just full of people. We got just huge crowds come out and support. The local skydiving community comes out and supports them as well. We'll have approximately 30 vendors that come out here that have various programs that support the wounded warriors as well.
Right.
And we'll have caterers that come out and provide food and beverages. We'll have local bands.
Good deal.
And we'll have some fun for the kids as well.
Now, this event also will bring out not only the wounded warriors or the folks that have been injured, of course, serving our country, but also their families as well. So again, it is definitely a family atmosphere,
absolutely.
right?
It is 100% a family atmosphere. Again, we have the play spot for the kids that they can hang out and enjoy the day while their family members are doing the tandems, and we always invite families out.
Now, this is not the first time we've had this event here. It's actually several times, and I know it's kind of grown over the time. I think you said about 70 plus people are going to be jumping over the 2-day event coming up this year?
Yes, today the end of this month, we're looking at 75 people, 75 wounded warriors coming in to visit and doing tandems with us, as well as their family members.
Right. Now, what does this mean for Skydive Suffolk to be participating with this organization and this group and for this purpose to kind of give back to the community, give back to the area, and certainly to those who have served our country?
Skydive Suffolk is obviously location-wise, a very military-friendly drop zone. We have a majority of our staff is military in one form or fashion, former military or active duty still. And we sit down and we talk about this, and there's no other purpose that we would like to support. I mean, this is our joy, this is our passion, and if we can bring some joy to the wounded warriors and kind of give them a small repayment for what they've done for us.
Now, if someone was interested in coming out and taking part in the event from the spectator point of view, shall we say, how would they go about doing that? Is there a cost for admission, or just come out to the airport on one of those 2 days?
There is no cost for admission at all. We encourage the public to come in and enjoy this event and talk to the wounded warriors and get to know them and just show your support for them.
What kind of feedback have you gotten from those who have participated in the past? I mean, I would assume for some it's the first time they've gone up and jumped out of an airplane, a perfectly good airplane, as they say.
Yeah,
and others, I'm sure, have done this before. But what kind of responses have you gotten and heard about over the years that we participated in the program from those who have been a part of this?
A great example is this program has grown from when we did it initially. We did 30 wounded warriors on our first Jump for a Purpose, and now we're up to 75 with an estimated 2,500 people to show up for the whole event.
Very
So the public support has just increased. The families and the wounded warriors themselves just come in, and the feedback we get from them is just absolutely amazing. They love it. They have a great time out here, and that just adds to why we like to do it, and it gives us a great joy.
I know we have some footage certainly from last year's event, and I see a lot of smiling faces when I look at that. And I think that's got to be one of the positives to come out of it, the fact that they're having a great time. They know that the community and this country certainly supports them and the work that they've done, but the fact that they can have a little bit of fun and relax a little bit, again, with their families and friends and do something like this is really got to be an awesome experience for you and your staff.
Oh, we love it. I get people literally call me up from around the Eastern Seaboard that actually is a skydive instructor that want to come up and do this. They hear about this event, and I mean, it's growing and growing every year. And like I said, people just come out of the woodwork to come out and do this.
Okay, well, Mike, again, thank you very much. And again, the dates are May 30th and 31st.
Yes.
Here out at Suffolk Executive Airport. Again, when you come on the scene, again, there's great signage for Skydive Suffolk, so again, follow that.
Yes.
The parking will be here. Free admission as far as to come in and kind of experience and witness what's going on here. And again, the family-friendly atmosphere, kind of a festival atmosphere. You mentioned bands. I'm sure you mentioned vendors. You mentioned food. I'm presuming will be for sale.
Yes.
As far as for those that are participating.
And all the proceeds go to support the Wounded Wear and Wounded Warriors.
Even better. Now, Wounded Wear, tell us a little bit about that organization before we go here, as far as their connection and what they do to make all this happen as well.
Wounded Wear was started by Jay Redman. He is a Wounded Warrior as well. He just wanted something to give back and something to support these guys. He knows the process. He knows the ups and downs that these guys go through as far as recovery. And he was a jumper in the military as well, and he just saw a perfect opportunity to start something. He got the joy out of it, and he just wanted to pass that on to other people.
Good deal. Well, again, Mike, thank you to you and your staff for making this event happen here in the city of Suffolk. Another great experience here, and again, a great opportunity to come out to the Suffolk Executive Airport, see what's going on out here, and again, take part in the event, and certainly say thank you to members of our military who have given the sacrifice and continue to serve our country in a great way, and have a good time out here as well. Again, May 30th and 31st, Jumping for a Purpose.
Hundreds of supporters came out to the Jumping for a Purpose event, which took place at Skydive Suffolk. Wounded veterans had the exhilarating opportunity to go skydiving, all while raising awareness of the sacrifices they and others made and continue to make for our country.
The Suffolk drop zone in wonderful Suffolk, Virginia, out here throwing amputees out of airplanes. It could be better than that. It's a chance to show them that whatever you're going through, whatever you think your problems may be, you can still get out there and live a normal life, and this is your proof. I'd always wanted to do it, and I woke up one day and I called my buddy who's an instructor. I was like, hey man, we've been talking about it for like 7 years. It's time to start skydiving. It is the most peaceful thing in the world. As counterintuitive as that seems, it is absolutely peaceful. Your tandem master's pumping you up, taking your nervousness out of you on the ride up. And the door opens and you're so focused on everything you need to do it safely that the adrenaline just kind of fades to the background, the fear goes away. You get up onto the ramp and you just step out into free fall, a sense of floating and a sense of peace. I was here year one, and I mean, I was amazed at the turnout, just like I am today. I mean, the number of people that are out here supporting Wounded Warriors and letting them know that, hey, you go live your life and we're still here for you is amazing.
Thanks for watching this edition of On the Scene. We'll see you next time.